Hello guys and welcome to another video, and it has been a long time and it's been holidays and school's been hectic, been doing lots of stuff. As you can see, you can now see my beautiful face as presented. So beautiful. It's not, but don't worry. We're starting a new series, and this is the Python series, and I'll be going over the basics of how to install and just a quick couple of codes, and that's it. In the coming episodes is when I'll be teaching you how to actually do the stuff and code and all that jazz. So, without further ado, I think we should just swap over quickly onto my screen. So if I just now start casting over this, you can now see, if you go to this, if you just type in Python on the internet, you will find this site. Okay, so once you're on the Python site, you can go and use their online little interactive shell, but really what we want is to download for either Windows or Mac. If you want to download for Windows, you'll be able to find tutorials on how to do it, but we're doing it for Mac today. Okay, now you can either go for your version if you want a specific version, or you can just download the newest and most current version. I'll just save, and it will be saved right here. Just unpack it, and if you're on a Mac, all you've got to do is locate your settings, okay, and find privacy settings, which I'm unable to see right now. Security and privacy, there it is. Okay, so we have here, and we do it open anyway. Run through all of this and it'll install. I already have Python, so I don't need to go through all this. So just make sure that you've allowed it to be installed through your settings. Let me just put that in my trash. Okay. So if I go into my Launchpad, I open up my code and go to Python. You'll have two icons. You'll have a rocket ship called the launcher and the idle or IDLE. What we're going to be mostly using is the IDLE because that's how you program. Okay. So you might be a bit confused. This might look crazy, and this is just telling you the stuff all you need to know. So you can simply just write all your code here. So you can simply just do that and say hello world, and it will print here. But what we want is a new window. So there's two ways of getting one of those. Either press File, New File, or Command or Control N, and you get one. So if we just make this a bit bigger so we can all see what we're doing actually. Let's go full screen. There we go. Okay. And let me just... Okay. So, what I'm going to teach you is how to set variables and how to print things. So, let's start off with things called variables. Variables are ways of containing data, and if you write out the variable, it will then write out the data inside. So if we say A equal, wait, how do I make this bigger so we can all see? let's get size 18. Seems adequate. Okay. So A equals, I don't know, let's go with hello. Okay. So if we print and we tell it to print A, if we command S, or if we save, and I save it to, let's just save here, we're going to call it Python top. Okay. And we press Control. Oh, no, it's not, because I forgot to put it in quotes. See? It prints hello, but it's actually printing A. So we've said that A is the same as hello. So, most Kotlin will also use it for something called a list, which is this. So, we can have a list of things, like apple, carrot, and I don't know, orange, okay? And then people will print A, and what you'll get, oh wait, again, forgot my quotation marks. And in a list you have to quotate everything within it. So just make sure everything has quotes. And now it prints the list. Very simple. Okay, so another thing that is commonly done is input. So A is equal to an input. Okay, I can't. Okay, which means someone has to input their own data, and this will add some text and ask them, and you can write stuff. So let's say enter your name. Okay, so if we command S and F5, we will then say enter your name, and what you will do is say, I don't know, for instance, I'm going to go Danko, and then it prints whatever has been put into that A. So whatever the user puts to A will be printed. So now that we have that, we can go on to other statements. Wait, I didn't want to do that. So let's change it to age. Okay? So what we want to do is to say you're too old or you're too young, depending on their age. So let's go with so we're going to go with, oh, didn't want to do that, Command Q, okay. So what we want to happen is for it to say if someone's age is lower than something, then no. So if A need to first assign something to, so we'll call this age, and we'll call this to limit, okay, equals, so if you're lower than 10, no, let's go with 18, because, okay, if A is less than limit print, okay, oh no, I forgot my, you're too young, okay, else print A, sure, command S, F5, I'm sure there's something wrong, yes, I forgot that. Oh yeah, whoops, shouldn't need that. Command S, F5. Okay, so we're going to say we are 1. A is defined, oh, because it's not. Age, code, you'll find is all about figuring out what you messed up on, because often you have, and it feels very good when you haven't. So 1, A, okay, wait, it is, okay. These should be treated as integers. So if you, well, I'll go for an episode and I'm going to be putting out, which is talking about data types. If something's an integer, it's a number. So we're telling it that whatever is within these brackets should be treated as numbers. Same goes for here. Okay, we're too young. However, if 5 again and we say 55, it prints it. Very simple. So, this is actually the basis of how you can get a program to say, an account, you sign up for a social media account, and it's like, you put your birthday to be 2009, and you're younger than 13. So, they say, you're too young. But if you put your date back to like 1990, you will be like, okay, you're born in 1990, your name is blah blah, you come from blah blah, would you like to post a picture? That's basics of a social media application. And it all comes down to variables. Variables are the foundations for any program, I believe, because without a variable, your code will be extremely long and will have so many numbers that you don't understand, but words just go boom. Having variables is the difference between having a shack and having a high-rise building. Beautiful. So, that will be all for this actual episode. Next, I will be talking more about the data types. I'll be talking actually about starting a cool project, might be importing things, and we'll just be learning stuff. One thing I would like to say is I'm fairly new to the Python world. I am doing it to study for stuff, but predominantly I specialise in front-end design applications and programming more back end stuff. So I like to design front end, program back end, and I usually use HTML and CSS, all the web stuff, and a bit of C Sharp. But it turns out Python, in the past 3 months, I've become way better than I've ever been in any other code. That is how easy it is. I've started to code actual applications in Python, no other language, and just using that, like with a thing called tkinter or tkinter. So this will take you on the journey to do what I did. That was cheesy. Okay. I will see you very soon. Good day and danke.